to tonight's episode of Critical Role. We return to the Seeker's Table.
Wait, hold on. What are we doing? We're doing the level up video first.
I know that.
Yeah.
Folks, this is the level up video.
Level up, level up.
Yep.
Level up. We are preparing for the possibility of a narrative level up here at the Seeker's Table, which means that I would like some thought. You will not have to actually make a determination about what powers you want or what choices you want to make at your level up until we are in the midst of our great story we are all telling together. But it would be good to get some information down so that you can do that potentially like mid-scene or mid-combat if for storytelling reasons that's the right thing to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll hit points. You guys can re-roll ones. We're going to roll for new hit point totals. You're not going to add them. We're just going to have them so we're ready to go when you do so choose to level up.
If you're considering, like I'm already multi-classed, do I roll for both classes and then decide in the moment?
You're deciding in the moment between two whole classes. That's very exciting and very fun. Yes, you'll roll two different totals.
Okay.
Or actually, that's a fascinating one. So it's D10 versus D6, right? Or no, D8
for rogue. Yeah.
So here's actually what I'm going to ask you to do, because I don't want the amount of hit points you rolled on each die to be the deciding factor.
Absolutely. You want to roll them and not know?
Well, that's very fun. You want to roll them and not know?
I think he's going to be nice and say, like, roll both, and then you get to keep the higher one.
I don't want nice.
What you pick.
I want what's interesting.
I actually was going to be extremely boring and statistical by saying add 1 to what you roll on the D8 as the average difference between a D8 and a D6.
Nice
but I think rolling both and you don't know which one is kind of fun. I like that.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I guess whenever it comes around to it.
If it comes around to you, you want Aabria to be your dice roll chaperone?
Correct. I'm going to roll them both and look away.
And then you, I can't read.
Yeah.
That's genuinely impressive.
Also, as we
just lying.
As we go around the table, some of you guys will have different selections to make. Like most of you that are we have a full spellcaster. We have 2 full spellcasters, each of whom will get a new prepared spell. That's stuff that you guys can hold on to and sort of marinate on. But big leveling up choices such as what you want to do with your ASI or your new feat. It'd be great to get like a top 2 picks of what you're considering, and then we would move into your final decision in game. Ashley, let's start with you. You want to roll your hit points first?
Okay.
Here we go.
What are you rolling?
I get to roll a 10.
Okay,
D10
question. When you roll your hit points, how do you pick your die? This stresses me out, because I'm like, do you...
You know what's so funny? Hit dice, I don't care. I don't care.
That.
I will pick any, like I literally was like, well, is this a 10? I'll take this one.
How's it feel to be Salandri's strongest soldier? I'm freaking out about who's gonna step up for me today.
10.
Shut up!
Oh my God!
Works!
Let's go. The system works.
All right.
So Vaelus, when you level up, you will go from having 31 hit points to having 44 hit points, which is really, really good. Beefy.
Let's go.
Okay.
That's really,
Got
really
it.
good.
Got it.
So when you level
I'm
up,
your dad.
and also, so bear in mind that when you level up, also you may level up in a state of injury, which means you will keep the injuries that you have, but just add that 13 new hit points to your current and max, essentially.
Okay.
And what are we narrowed down?
So this is what I've narrowed it down to.
Hell yes.
And also we've talked about this. We've all talked about this. I don't know why I was. Yeah.
Consent
so
was given.
we've talked about shadow touch is really interesting to me. Because invisibility just seems cool.
Yeah.
To just be
Yeah.
like,
Cool.
I don't want anybody to see me right now.
Yep.
And I feel like narratively, us being out in Venatus, we're in a dark place, we're getting, affected by all this darkness and stuff. So shadow touch, I think it's kind of cool.
How dare you play a big bitch and then be like, you can't see her though. What?
I know. I feel like it'd be so fun.
She's 6'5"
Like
and
Yasha
so
in
hard to
season
clock.
199.
I mean, yeah, there it is. I have a type.
And they're absent.
Yes, and they are never here.
Something you can't see.
She's our
This is a blind
absentee
spot.
father.
Yes. And I also like skill expert,
Yeah.
because you can just, I was thinking of bumping up my strength with that, and then you get some proficiency situations with that one. or just like the regular old ability score, which I would up my strength with that and obviously be more tanky and powerful and have more oomph to my damage. So
That's all great.
I don't know.
And what was the name of the feat, the middle option feat you said there?
I had skill expert,
and then
shadow touch.
Shadow touch is
Those
really
were the
good.
two, and then just abilities, straight up ability score.
Straight up
modifier.
abilities.
I also like Fey touch because then you can do Missy step. There's too much. That's
There's
where I'm
all
at.
this good stuff to do. I think it's great. I think it's all great. I think you can't miss.
Do you have one that like you're leaning towards?
Do any of them come with? This is me getting crunchy. Between Shadow Touch, Fey Touch, or Skill Expert, do any of them allow you to increase an ability score by one? All of them let you. Is it any ability score by one?
Shadow touched.
Shadow touch does not. Shadow
is
touch
intelligence,
is
wisdom, or charisma. Fey touched is
Here's the important thing: is
intelligence, wisdom, or
stats are
charisma.
very bad, so
Skill
we have
expert-
to increase them.
Yeah.
Wait, say again.
I said it's just really important that you increase your stats because you rolled really
You're
bad.
kind of falling behind.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Good God!
Skill expert is 1 to any.
Skill Expert is 1 to any. So Vaelus, if I'm being your ally here, if I'm being your pro bono rules lawyer from the firm of Mulligan and Iyengar,
Tell us now.
I would tell you that Skill Expert bumps your strength from a 17 to an 18.
Ooh, I love hitting that
and
number.
No.
a nice even number, and then you get an expertise and a new skill proficiency.
I know.
I mean, that's hard.
I'm
It's
like,
pretty beefy.
it's pretty beefy.
That's
Like, do I go
pretty
beefy or do
beefy.
I go like cool narrative?
Cool narrative too. I think let the narrative decide. If
That's
there's a
what I think,
moment,
too.
if there's a moment where you feel a profound connection to magic, that feels like that's something that you should embrace and move with, then great.
Yeah, we'll see what comes out.
We'll see what comes up. That's the cool part. We're gonna let the story decide. Alex,
Time to roll these hit points. I won't be as impressive. It's only a d6.
here we
Oh,
go.
go.
It's gonna be a 6.
Come on.
It's 1. Reroll.
Again.
Reroll.
6.
4. Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
So 4 plus. What the hell is my
Whatever.
ability score modifier? My Constitution 16, so 3, right?
So you will go from having 24 to having 31 hit points.
pretty good.
Not bad at all.
We'll love to see it.
Not bad at all. I dig that. And what are we considering for our level 4 choices here?
My level 4 choices. I have a few. I get an additional spell to choose. I get an additional cantrip. Very cool. And as far as my ability score improvement or feat, I'm thinking that I want to go. My number 1 choice right now is the Vital Sacrifice feat from the Tal'Dorei Reborn.
Hell yes.
It allows me to use some of my blood to give myself a little bit of a blood boon for an hour, which is very cool.
Oh, I thought you said blood boon.
I do.
Boom.
Blood boon. Should that not be narratively appropriate, I also was looking at Shadow Touched.
What if they get touched by the same shadow?
What if they touch each other with their shadow?
Ooh. What if our shadows touched under the moonlight?
That's ever again.
Just our shadow hands are like.
That could have happened last time, but no, you had to get choked.
That works too.
That also works. That's fine.
Call it the stranger regardless.
You see. Why did I just say you see out loud? Sometimes, as soon as you said choked, I was back. I was like, you understand? We're finished. We're concluding. You, viewer at home, might be watching 2 episodes of Seekers coming up, but we're doing it all today, baby. So I'm looking at all my notes. I'm ready to dive in to Tanasaur. But we have here, Alex, so Shadow Touch similarly to that.
It just seems something that is narrative that might be, and also later down the line, possibly a choice for Occtis being in what he is to have
Embracing that even more.
that part of him. But I think right now, with the way that he was exploring his, the livor mortis of it all, the Vital Sacrifice seems to make the most.
Cool. Love that.
Sense
We're leaning
for him.
Vital Sacrifice. I love that. And also, does the damage that does to you, it's necrotic damage, right? Ooh, and one of us has resistance to necrotic damage.
Which I do, but I don't remember if it says within the rules that it can't be prevented with resistances. I don't remember. I don't have that book in front of me, so it might be that I can't resist that.
Slick either way. Aabria!
Yay! Okay, I roll a d8. Let's see how we do. It's a 5.
5.
Fine, that's good.
Average.
That's good.
Sweet.
That means that we're going to have here, you're going to add 5 plus your Constitution modifier for a grand total of moving your grand total of hit points from 27 to 35.
Let's go.
Let's go. And what are our character options that we're considering here?
I'm actually pretty locked in on my feet.
Cool.
She's gonna take durable.
Love that.
I think in this sort of like fighting to protect sun figures, you gotta learn the lesson to stop dying so ding dang much. So it's a plus
Great
1.
ancient wisdom.
Yeah. Stop constantly putting yourself on the old path. Fuck.
Yes, I know.
It sucks that like my con is at an odd number, or it'll go up to an odd number, so it's not going to affect the +1 to con. But advantage on death saves feels very fun, and bonus action to expend hit dice for HP feels very cute.
Really good, really
Yeah.
good. And all that basically does is by removing it from a short rest, you can't add your con modifier per hit die. Is that
Yeah.
what it? Yeah, okay.
100%.
Yeah. That's the cost you pay for speed.
See it.
I love it. I think that's great. I think that's
Yeah.
great.
And then I get a spell, a cantrip, but I swap those out at long rest anyway, so I don't have to worry about deciding on one quite yet. And my wild shapes get a little cooler.
Yeah.
I want to have a side conversation about that because I think she's got a finite number of wild shapes. So I'd like to talk about sort of leveling them up
Yes.
and making them cooler over time.
I would love to do that. I think there's a lot of great ways to do that. We'll make that happen. Matt,
Yes. So
let's roll on your D10 and your D6.
correct. So I got options
D8?
between fighter and rogue are the 2 paths to go. With rogue, it's a D8 hit point, but also it'll be a 2nd level rogue, which means I get to use
Cunning action.
cunning action, which already like mobility is a big thing about Julien, especially with the hair magical item. So that makes me super mobile. The
Hair's charm.
hair's charm. The
Rabbit charm.
Oh. Your hair
also,
You've seen the character art, right? This
have you
guy.
seen his
part of-
curl pattern?
In a different life, Julian would be on the hood of a Chimera writhing, and instead,
Where are you, Fantasy Whitesnake?
Fantasy Whitesnake, where are you?
magical hair.
ironically, the subclass I was going for.
So, okay, cunning action, which requires no selection or choice on your part.
Correct.
However, there's a huge choice at 3rd level of fighter.
Correct. So with 3rd level fighter, which is also viable, that leads me to a subclass choice. That's only the real, I think, fighter benefit that comes up at that level. But a lot of different subclasses. I've actually had one that I've been kind of tinkering with an idea of as well. It all depends on kind of where the narrative takes me and what makes sense within the moment for Julien.
yeah.
So one represents tactical prowess, one represents a different path. So we'll see where the narrative takes us.
Hell yes.
How do we want to do this?
He said his line.
I
He
did.
said the thing. He said the thing.
I did it entirely accidentally.
would like you-
Okay, I think you should roll them, and then you have to leave, and we all look at it.
I love it. Let's do it.
Great.
And then someone's gonna write them down for me.
Okay, we'll write it.
I'm writing.
Great.
So it's a.
So
D8
Aabria
or D10
will
plus
be
four.
your notary.
notary.
Here at the
But
firm
we're all
of-
gonna go look at it and talk
Yeah, go for
about
it.
you.
Great.
right.
So close your eyes. Go ahead and roll. And Aabria will let you know if you have to re-roll any of them.
You don't need to reroll.
Okay.
Aabria will write down the totals. Let me see here.
That's fun. This is fun.
Very well.
I realized I had to baffle them to hand them back to you.
It is done.
Crazy.
It
work.
has been done. Fantastic. So a huge choice on the horizon between rogue or fighter for the next level. That's really exciting. And from there, I believe that we are all ready for a narrative level up should the moment arrive.
And you're not gonna get touched by any shadows?
I've already been touched by quite a few.
Yeah, I really do
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like.
just jealous, honestly.
Gee, why does he get to get touched by so many shadows?
I'm shadow fondled at this point. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, shadow groped maybe.
It's
It's coming out in the next D&D expansion.
I cast Shadow Grope. That's old school.
That is chill touch.
That is
That's for sure chill touch.
Sure, yeah.
very Gygax coded.
That is, I'll tell you what, that is not a chill touch. Hell yeah, and that's all for leveling up here at the Seekers Table, Critical Role Campaign 4. We will see you as the gang descends into the depths of Thaisha.